Hi, you guys. It is Thursday, October 31st, 2019. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Pearl Podcast, episode 185, More Frogging Than Knitting. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpearl-doris.blogspot.com. In social media, I am One Fine Cow, all spelled out. On Ravelry and Twitter, I am One Fine Design, the number one. On Facebook and Etsy, and I am Doris M. Smith, all lowercase and smooshed together on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is did I say that already? The Knit and Pearl Podcast group. You don't have to remember all of that stuff because in the down bar below there is a link to the show notes, to the Ravelry group, and to my Etsy store. So you can click on the show notes, and at the top of the show notes underneath the video is the link to all my social medias. You can go click and follow me, and I'll follow you back. It'll be fun, and we can have virtual conversations and get to know each other. So, I do a Ravelry group birthday shout out every podcast. These birthdays will be from November 1st to November 15th. We have Chameleon Crafter. Her birthday is on the 9th of November. We have Owl Stitch. Her birthday is on the 14th. And we have Deb's Destiny, whose birthday is on the 15th of November. So happy birthday, y'all. I hope that you have a wonderful birthday, that you get good vibery gifts, that you get to do what you want to do on your birthday, have a good relaxing time, and spend time with friends and family, and most of all, that you enjoy your version of a birthday cake. Happy birthday, you all. If it was your birthday between November 1st and 15th and you don't share that information on Ravelry, happy birthday to you as well. Okay, that brings us to the pink along for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which was October, but I made an executive decision to extend it through the month of November because the prize is not done yet. So please bear with me, and hopefully more people will join in knitting pink things. You know, you can knit gifts for people who enjoy pink. Or you can work on your Christmas gifts. I'm sure that somebody in your family wants something with shades of pink in it. So anyway, the rules are, and the gift, the prize is a skein of pink, beautiful, 100% Targhee that I'm spinning very slowly. I'm going to get on that. Anyway, the rules are you must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. Knit or crochet something in shades of pink with at least 100 yards of yarn. Post a photo in the thread by November 30th for a chance to win. Winner by random number generator, and chatter is welcome as always on that thread. So, story of the week and stash enhancement. There's no new stash. There is some coming, but no new. And the big story is that I've done more frogging. I did a lot of knitting, but I frogged it. So, it's the story of this past 2 weeks. And you'll hear that story in the whips. My work is steady. Making $2 less an hour, but it's steady. Ted is steady. He has gone back to his mall walking several days a week. That's helping strengthen his legs, and he has less back pain, so that is such a blessing. So thank you for your thoughts and prayers. He's doing good. And the other only story is that I did some vending at a craft fair this past Saturday, and it was okay. I didn't sell a lot. I sold 3 items. Enough to pay for my portion of the table, but yeah, I didn't bring a lot. I just brought stuff that I had finished that somebody else might love, but they didn't love it, so I brought it back home and it'll be with me. Melissa is Ted's daughter, jokingly said, yeah, if she sells something, she's gonna cry because it sold, and she'll change her mind and say, no, it's not for sale. Anyway, that's all that's been going on the past 2 weeks. So it's kind of cold right now. The highest in Missouri right now where I am is 36 degrees. When I left for work this morning, there was ice on my car and it was flurrying snow. In other parts of Missouri, I think my sister posted pictures in the Kansas City area. They had like an accumulation of snow, about an inch. We didn't have any accumulation. It was just flurries, but it was cold all day. The 36 is the height that it's been all day. So hopefully some of the trick-or-treaters will enjoy their night out of getting candy. So be safe if you're going out, and hopefully it's warmer where you are than where it is where I am. So, where am I at? Okay. That's not good. Sorry. I'll try to cut that out if I can. No foes. So we're going into the whips. And my show notes are right here if you see me looking down. That's what I'm doing. I usually bring it over here. Full disclosure, this is the second time I've filmed this. So maybe I'll do better this time. I don't know what happened when I went to review it. There was only 2 minutes. Albeit this is going to be a short one, but it was a little bit longer than 2 minutes. So, in my bag that I got for my birthday is the No Fuss Shade Loving Shawl, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Sarah Ashcroft. The yarn I'm using is I love this yarn in the color 868 Winter Flower. I'm using US 9s, 5.5 millimeter, 40-inch circular addies. It's beautiful. It's nice yarn. It's soft to the touch. It is by in no means a Super Saver yarn, and it's beautiful. I love the way it's knitting up. There's where I was the last time you saw it. I got a little over a pattern repeat completed. This got a little extra love when I was having issues with the sweater, but this is going to be a gift for Judy when it's completed, and I want it to be big and roomy and something she can throw around her this winter. Hopefully it'll be done. Oops, excuse me. Hopefully it'll be done before Christmas. The hooded baby poncho, I didn't touch. I did start a small project, so that I could have something to work on at the festival. Isn't that pretty? I know this is a makeup bag, but it has a hat in it right now. I am knitting the Ricky hat, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Sarah Young. The yarn I'm using is King Cole Splash, and the color is 810. It reminds me of the Bloom, or what is it called? Bloom or Blossom? Bloom yarn by Premier. And I started the Ricky hat. I'm using a US 6 4 millimeter. And I was already into it good when I realized that I was supposed to start with a US 4. But I tried it on, and I think that it's going to fit just snug enough. So, see what I mean? It looks like that Bloom yarn, and it's so pretty, and I'm happy with it. And I will just go up. You're supposed to go for US 4s for 16 bumps, and then switch to US 7s. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go from a 4 millimeter to a 4.5 for the body. The Ricky hat is an awesome pattern. I love it. I love the hat. I love the product. And I do not mind knitting a row and purling a row, because I know that this is like the most awesome hat. So that is that. And I have one more project that has been almost completed, frogged, and restarted, because Monday night this week, I finished the body, bound off, and tried it on. It was snug, and it was tight through the shoulders and snug on the body, and not long enough. And I thought, well, it'll black out, but I don't think it'll black out enough to be what I want. So I put it away. And there were other issues. I was having problems with the Japanese short rows. I was getting holes. And I was just going to deal with it. I was just going to sew up the holes when it was completed. But that was an issue that I was having, and that's why I put it down and was doing work on this. Otherwise, it would have been a finished object and I would be happy. But Monday night, I was like, well, let me put it back in the bag and let me think about it. I went online and I looked at the other projects in the Ravelry thread for the pattern, and was trying to find somebody my size or a little bigger to see what they did and how they made it bigger. A lot of people didn't have notes, so I'm like, ugh. But I found one person who said that she knitted started the neck with the 9, and then after the second round of increases went up to a US 10. And so on my second time around, I went up to a 10. So let me tell you a little bit about the rug sweater. It is a free pattern on Ravelry by Junko Akamoto. Akamoto. I hope I said it right. The yarn I'm using is a Knit Picks Woolly Andes Bulky in Crush and Chocolate. The needles I used was the ChiaoGoo 9s to start with, 5.5 millimeters. And after the second round of increases, I got the wrong bag. After the second round of increases, I went up to the US 10. I believe it's going to make a big difference. And what it doesn't make, I will block out. I'm choosing not to give my knitwear away if I can help it. Also, I restarted it Tuesday, and I didn't work a lot on it. I also forgot to mention that with this pattern, on the crosses. I did not want that big space between the crosses that show in the pattern. Let me get this picture to show you. If you see in the top pattern, how the crosses are like way spaced out. And if you look closely, you can see the floats in the back. I contemplated what I was going to do with that, but I didn't want that. So I went through the pattern and I found the chart and found that there was plenty of space for 2 more crosses, as you can see by my little dots. So I added crosses. I know I'm not the first one to do it, but I thought I was pretty smart to come up to figure it out. So I did that. Everything else was, and I went up a needle size. And on the short rows, I started out and I tried the German short row and also got holes. So I am now doing the wrap and turn, and I think that's the way I'm going to finish my, because this sweater does have a lot of short rows in the back. So the back goes down further than the front. So anyway, here's hoping it flies off the needles like it did last time, because I really want this sweater. And don't you just, I love the pink. And you can see, can you see the chocolate? I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm already liking the material better. And it's 100% wool, so yeah, it'll be warm. Okay. That is all of the projects. I shared a link in Pinterest. Again, I said the spinning, I did a little bit, but not a lot. Not enough to think that I'm going to get done before November 30th. Anyway, I linked my Pinterest is a link to one of my boards for the, well, what am I doing here? Pinterest, come on now. I linked the board to my knit. The knit tattoos. The different ones that I have picked. This is new this week. I like that. But I would want it in pink and purple instead of blue and natural. And I thought this one was a kind of a cool one. Well, sorry, technical difficulty. I thought that was kind of cool. I'm having major technical difficulty here today. And I really like this one. It incorporates a crochet hook. I would want them to correct that because the crochet hook doesn't come down. I like that one. That one might be the one that I do. Anyway, so go over and click on the link and look at those tattoos and tell me what you think. Which one do you think that I should get? Or do you think I'm silly going on 60 getting a knit tattoo? Comment below. Anyway, you guys, thank you for coming and spending some time with me. I know there's so many more professional women doing podcasts than men doing podcasts, but thank you for coming and spending time with me. And I will see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of the Knit and Purl podcast. Maybe I'll have an almost finished sweater by then. We'll see. Bye, you guys.